A full bench will now hear President Cyril Ramaphosa's application for an urgent interdict against former President Jacob Zuma's private prosecution of him. Our reporter, Erin is following this case and joins us live now from the South Gauteng High Court. Erin, good morning to you. Clearly, there has been communication from the Gauteng division of the High Court. What else are they saying about this hearing?
Yes, Xoli, that's right. The Deputy Judge President of the Division, Roland Sutherland, has issued a directive saying that a full bench will hear this matter in person at this courthouse come Thursday morning, 10 o'clock. That's a change from the previous position, which was to have the hearings online and to have only one judge sit presiding over the matter. And this has spurred the view of the Jacob Zuma Foundation, issued by its spokesperson or indicated by its spokesperson, that this change, this escalation, if you will, speaks to the severity of the legal issues at play here. So Sutherland will now sit on the full bench come Thursday, along with Judge Molahleyi and Senyatsi. And Judge Senyatsi was initially allocated to hear this urgent interdict application. So that's breaking news coming in. Newzroom Afrika Channel 405 has also confirmed that the Director of Public Prosecutions in KwaZulu-Natal, the second respondent in this case brought by President Cyril Ramaphosa, has filed papers. And so now, as the clock ticks on toward 12 o'clock, we're waiting for the replying affidavit of the President in response to those submissions opposing this legal effort to block that private criminal prosecution which former President Jacob Zuma has brought against him.
Erin, there has been also an issue around what President Ramaphosa said was the validity of the actual summons, and there were those that raised issues around the authenticity of the certificates themselves. Help us understand where discussions are around that, because the NPA then becomes the focus.
Quite right, and we have been trying to get hold of the actual submissions of the DPP in KwaZulu-Natal, also input from NPA spokesperson Mthunzi Maga. No success as yet on either score, but you're right, it's the issue of those two noli prosequi certificates which were issued to Zuma. And a noli prosequi is effectively a license for a private prosecution which is handed to a private individual when the state elects not to prosecute a case, and it then allows the individual to drive a criminal case where the state chooses not to do so, usually on the basis that there isn't sufficient evidence. So that's the one set of paperwork issues. The other set of paperwork issues, as you say, is around the summons which was served on President Cyril Ramaphosa's private residence on the Friday before the ANC 55th elective conference kicked off. The president avers, he argues, he tells the court that that summons is defective and that it was served on his personal address, which is also a mistake he submits because he's being named in his official capacity. Now there, clearly, Zuma takes issue with the fact that the president's litigation here is being funded by state funds, and Zuma highlights that he's having to bankroll this litigation in the interdict case all on his very own. And if that's not enough of issues around paperwork for us all, clearly, the other issue now is that in Zuma's submissions opposing this interdict, he says that Ramaphosa's interdict papers are defective. So the word defective is being bandied around a lot, and it's around those alleged faults in Ramaphosa's interdict and an issue around the Commissioner of Oaths, among others, that Zuma is arguing on several fronts that this court, that full bench we now hear, which will hear the matter, should strike it from the roll or dismiss it with punitive costs.
So thank you very much. Live for us at the South Gauteng High Court. It'll be